I now invite Shri S. H. Panchapakeshan, the State Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities and former District and Session Judge. He will be speaking on the topic, Legal Implications of Occupational Therapy Professional Misconduct. I invite you, sir, onto the stage.
Good afternoon, everyone. I was told that in our country, the profession of occupational therapy faces a very serious legal issue. It is nothing but a council is not formed by the government so far. Of course, it is a major legal issue. Under the National Commission for Allied and Healthcare Provisions Act 2021, I have gone through the schedule of the statute when it was brought to my notice by Srimati Akhila, and it is found that in the schedule this provision has been included. And my own brother, Jayageshan, who is the Secretary of the Human Rights Commission Kerala, and he is the Special Secretary to Government Law Department, he has drafted the Kerala State Allied and Healthcare Council Rules 2022. And now I discussed with him also. And he told me that at the national level also, the same issue is there. Only an interim council has been formed so far with some ex officio members. And the issue is a very serious one. See, we are all aware, for medical practitioners there is medical council, nursing council, and of course for every paramedical sector there is a statutory council. But unlike the other provisions, this very important branch of this science, it doesn't have any statutory council. It's a major legal issue. Even then, these professionals in the field of this particular branch, we have to keep discipline. We have to maintain dedication. And we have to render our service with a sense of determination. These three are very important. And of course, occupational therapists help with the barriers that affect a person's emotional, social, and physical needs. To do this, they use everyday activities, exercises, and other therapies. Occupational therapy helps kids play, improves their school performance, and aids their daily activities. In short, occupational therapies help persons to overcome the barriers in their life. I had occasion to watch that parents' presentation here, and the wonderful changes. Doctor also narrated his story. According to him, it's a rebirth. With the full support of this branch of medical science, I think his health condition is very much improved. So, the service rendered by occupational therapists is unparalleled in the field of this medical science. It's a wonderful medicine for the improvement of these type of health issues. And there are 7 pillars of occupational therapy. The provision of occupational therapy remains grounded in 7 core concepts as identified in the core values and attitudes of occupational therapy practice. That is altruism, equality, freedom, justice, dignity, truth and prudence. These are the 7 principles of occupational therapy. And of course, this altruism is a unselfish service. According to Oxford Dictionary, it is unselfish service and selfless concern with a sense of well-being of others. That is called altruism. So this is our professional ethics demands this great quality in our profession. And just like that, equality. Our Constitution, Indian Constitution also directs that equality is a fundamental right of every person, whether he is a person with a disability or an ordinary person or a marginalized group, whoever may be, every citizen of India is having this fundamental right of equality. And of course, I have to explain what is the difference between this equality and equity. Though the two words are almost similar, so there is a basic difference between these two, equality and equity. The Indian Constitution strongly relies on equity principle. What is equity? See, just imagine 3 persons are standing here. One person is having 6 feet height. The other person is having 5 feet height. And the third person is having only 4 feet height. And they are standing this side of a wall having a height of 6.5 feet. The persons are having 4 feet, 5 feet, 6 feet, but there is a wall, a barrier, it is having a height of 6.5 feet. And 3 persons wanted to see a beautiful garden on the other side, but there is a barrier. And understanding the plight of these 3 persons, another gentleman puts a bench having a height of 1 feet and asked three of them to climb on the bench and they can watch they can see the beautiful garden, Vrindavan garden on the other side. See, the person having 6 feet, his issue will be over by climbing on the bench. But the other two persons, I think, no change at all. The second person, his height will be only 6 feet. That is 5 plus 1, 6 feet. Whereas the first person, 6 plus 1, 7 feet. And the third person, see, it has no purpose will be served because his height will be 4 plus 1, only 5 feet. And understanding their plight, another person had put a stool having a height of 2 feet and asked them to climb on the stool. So the person having 5 feet, he climbed on the stool and his issue also will be over. He could enjoy the garden on the other side. And what is the plight of the third person? No change at all. His height will be only 4 plus 2, only 6 feet. So no purpose was served. And understanding that difficult situation, another person had given him a stool having 3 feet. So his issue also is over. The bench having uniform height of 1 feet represents equality, whereas that stool and having a height of this 2 feet or 3 feet, that represents or conveys the message of equity. See, we have to address the issues of every person separately. What is actually required, that has to be given. This is called equity principle. Our constitution guarantees this equity principle. That is why there is reservation on the basis of several considerations. And by the 105 amendment in the constitution, we could introduce the economically weaker section also, one of the deserving categories under our constitution. And this principle is applicable in our field also. We have to address the issue of every person, say, on the basis of his requirement. So because we are supporting him to lead a happy life, peaceful life, with like a normal person. So we have to render our service accordingly. That is why this is considered as one of the strong pillars of this OT. And of course, freedom. Freedom is also one of the principles of OT. And freedom, we are well aware that this determination, dedication and discipline, while keeping those principles, we have to bear in our mind that we are dealing with human beings. All values to be, that is to be given priority while addressing the issues of a normal person. And I think this technical or the hyper technical barriers should not be a block for rendering our service to them. And that is why freedom. And justice. Justice means just behavior or treatment. That is the legal meaning of the word justice. And we should be guided by that principle also. And dignity. See, Article 21 of the Indian Constitution guarantees a fundamental right to life. What does it mean? Right to life means to lead a dignified life, not that of a cat or dog, that of a human being with all noble qualities, with all freedom, with all virtues. We have a fundamental right to lead such a life. So that principle is also very important in OT. And of course, truth. The fraudulent elements always vitiate every profession. Just like that, a person doesn't have the qualification or the requisite educational qualification, experience should not be permitted to intrude into our profession. And in case of such instances, of course, you can approach the State Commissioner for Persons with Disability. I am bound to take legal action such if the cases are brought to my notice. And that will be a guaranteed right of every professional who is present here. And you may convey this message to your friends and colleagues also. And of course, prudence. Prudence means our approach to the every issue should be judicious. That is called prudence. See, we have to consider them as human beings. We have to address their issues as that of human beings. So that approach should be there. And occupational justice is the right of every individual to be able to meet basic needs and to have equal opportunities and life chances to reach toward her or his potential, but specific to the individual's engagement in diverse and meaningful occupation. This was explained by me when I discussed the other 7 points. The framework is structured around 4 interacting pillars of practice, namely professional practice, facilitation of learning, leadership, evidence, research and development. Professional practice refers to the conduct and work habits expected of individuals in a particular profession. That is, skills, knowledge and behavior required for a person to effectively perform their job within a specific field. See, this principle is applicable in our profession also. So, that professionalism should be reflected in our words, deeds, and this every approach to the needy or the persons who approach you for getting our service. That is why by a professional standard to be maintained, and facilitation of learning. See, in the process of learning, 5 things are important. See, first and foremost item is interest. Without interest, nobody can learn anything. So, interest should be, that should be originated from the person itself. And if there is interest, the next step, that is attention. The attention will come. See, if we have no interest on a particular subject, see, there is seldom chance for getting or canvassing our attention. So, attention is a brain work. See, otherwise, without interest, attention will not be there. And a professional in this branch, he should have a genuine interest in the subject. And of course, if there is attention, if there is interest, the attention will be developed. And the third phase is actual process of learning. See, the person to person, this mode may be changed. See, some persons may learn something by a silent reading, but some persons have to read it loudly. Some person has to opt at early morning for the learning, or late night may be convenient for some other persons. So that depends. Person to person, that may vary. And if it is so, the fourth step is very important, that is retention. See, that should be retained, our brain, memory. Otherwise, no purpose will be served. simply reading some topics or some learning materials, and after that we are ignoring that aspect, it will not be served in our profession. No use. That will be the result. And after the fifth and equally important item is recollection, recognition, or remembering. Whenever I think an occasion arises, and we have to recollect this memory. That is why, for attending an examination, when one receives the question paper, if everything is vanished from his memory, how that can be attended to. Just like that, this professional also, the main pillar is that he has to study things in a proper way. And of course, leadership. This is the best example. This type of convention and I think open discussions, will support for every development in this branch. After all, what is the knowledge? We are sharing our knowledge. So suppose I am having one idea with me, and doctor is also having one idea with him. And after the doctor shares his idea with me, and I have shared my idea with the doctor. And after this interchange, in my mind, I may have two. Doctor is also having these two ideas. But on the other hand, if two rings are exchanged, I am having a ring, and the doctor is also having a ring, and we exchanged these two rings. And after this exchange, what would be the condition? I will have only one ring, doctor also having one ring, and no change at all. But the knowledge is, that is the magic of this knowledge or idea. After exchange, this type of convention is good because we can exchange our experience, ideas, and our knowledge, etc. So this is very good. That is why the leadership is always required for the betterment of every profession. And of course, evidence, research, and development. Evidence means proof or confirmation. That may be strengthened on the basis of our experience, our experience, and that experience to be shared, so that our friends and I think colleagues, their knowledge and the professional experience may also be strengthened. And research and development. And research, everyone knows it. I think as per the yes, the systematic investigation for new conclusions. The research always help a systematic investigation for new conclusion, and in that aspect, for the development of every branch of science, the research and these conclusions on the basis of evidence are inevitable. Yes. A right of occupation is a right to occupy a property for a specified period. This right can be for anyone, whether they currently live with you or not. Right of every individual to be able to meet basic needs and to have equal opportunities. Individuals' engagement in diverse and meaningful occupation. I had occasion to notice that, the physiotherapist and occupational therapist, and this is considered as a medicine for the issue, whereas the physiotherapy, I think, There is basic difference between these two. Physiotherapist, see, he will address the issues only in particular aspect, that is, he would focus only physiological aspect only, whereas this profession always works as a medicine for the betterment of the issues. That's the speciality of this particular branch. And what is the duty of justice? As a consequence, the principle of the natural duty of justice requires one to support and further just institutions, and it comes in two parts. First, we are to comply with and to do our share in just institutions when they exist and apply to us. And second, we are to assist the establishment of the just arrangements. See, we are all aware, see, these fake practices cannot be promoted. See, no profession can support these fraudulent elements. And I already told you that in case of such instances or such type of persons are, see, brought to your notice, see, please don't hesitate to address the authority concerned, including the state commissioner, so that the genuine and qualified persons alone will survive in our profession, and it's this professionalism will be maintained in this branch of the medicine. And my request is that please support the authorities to cradle this type of activities. So that is also equally important. And see, before concluding my session, I wanted to, what is the scope of what is the, can the occupational therapist work abroad? See, a person who, after securing a degree from India, whether he can practice in US. I have gone through all these things because what will be the scope of the profession. And I could understand that, see, in US, mere degree is not sufficient for practicing in US. I think PG is the entry level in US. But in our country, I think today and for the time being, that is also permissible. And the thing is that I think in US we have to obtain decision from the National Council of that US. Otherwise, that is not permissible. I think the professionals from that country also present here, and my knowledge is this. And I have gone through, I have referred those aspects also, and that is why I think now in I think Trivandrum Nish they are conducting course, and NIPMR NIPMR Thrissur, both are government institutions, they are conducting this course. And I have discussed these issues, and what about the job opportunity, that is also very important. So my request or advice to them is that, say, always maintain that professionalism. See, we have to opt only right path. See, we never try to opt any shortcut method in this profession. Shortcut method, I think the seniors are here, and they can tell you their experience. Please try to understand the profession in a full perspective. And the shortcut methods cannot be, that is not at all advisable, and that cannot be promoted. And that professional ethics to be maintained. Just like in our legal side, if a client shares his experience or something like that with the advocate, and there is I think professional ethics demands that such things should not be revealed. So revealed to anyone. See, the council has no right to reveal it even to his wife. Even to his wife. That is the quality of that profession demands. Actual what is going on is a different thing. It's a different thing. But in this profession, say being I think one of the I think this is considered as one of the best professions in our country. So that quality may be maintained. And yes, second one. See, what are the requirements to become an occupational therapist in the United States, and what is the average salary of the profession? I have gone through all these things also. I think the future is very bright. Future that will be very bright. So my advice to this younger generation is that, see, on the completion of their course, and always opt only right path. Please don't deviate from the right path, and that is my advice or my request. Next one. I think these are some occupational therapy careers, and of course, in our country, at the outset I told you that even the council is not properly, I think, established so far. I think that is an unpleasant situation, and if this international conference, I think, makes a resolution, passes a resolution, and send it to me, of course, I shall address the government of Kerala to, I think, at least in one of the, Kerala is a role model for the other states in our country. So, I shall make a recommendation to the government of Kerala to form this council, establish this council as early as possible, so that we will be a role model in that. It's a major issue. In that issue, as far as that issue is concerned, see, the remedy we can provide by the establishment of this council, and I shall do it. And I require a resolution, an unanimous resolution from this international convention. I shall do it. And with these words, I express my grateful thanks to Srimati Akhila. She contacted me several times. She invited me several times. And in fact, I being a person attached to this legal profession and disability, in fact, I had no close connection with this particular branch, and I got some information and some experience, as my wife is also a patient attached to that physical medicine PMR, Rehabilitation Department, Medical College Hospital, Government Medical College Hospital, Trivandrum. And after that, she is considered as one of my family members. They are so closely associated with us. And I express my sincere thanks to her, and wish one and all success in this profession. Thank you.
I invite Dr. Joseph Sunny to kindly felicitate the guest.